Hey everyone, my name is John Vine. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about learning to code online, what the best resources are, what you guys should expect, and basically like a guide, I guess. I'll give you guys like some steps to take and what kind of to look out for if you want to, succeed at learning to code online. I kind of have this little guide here that I kind of wrote out. So guys, if you're new to the channel, what we do here is we talk about software engineering. I try to use my experience to help you guys achieve your goals of becoming full-time software developers. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Every like helps. I think right now around 90% of you guys are not actually subscribed to the channel. So subscribe to the channel, it's free, like the video, it helps out so much and I really appreciate it. So guys, when you're learning to code online, the first thing that you have to really focus on, I think at least, before you take a course, before you pick a language, before all this stuff, is you got to just learn the fundamentals of programming. And what I mean about this is that, the things that you have to know regardless of a language and just what everything builds upon, right? So like if you imagine like math, right? You have to know what numbers are to do addition. And so this is kind of the same thing. And what I'm talking about is stuff like variables, functions, arrays, if statements, all this kind of very, very fundamental stuff that is transferable among any language that you really learn when it comes to coding. And what you're going to be using these things on any project you work on. And it's kind of like the English language, right? You learn the words and then you can make sentences. And what you're doing here is you're learning what the words are and how to use letters so you can actually form sentences. And yeah, so how do you do that? How do you learn these fundamentals? What I would do, guys, is kind of find the best resource online for myself based on how I like to study. So if you guys like more practical learning, what I would recommend is just go on Codecademy or go on Free Code Camp. Codecademy has a free and a premium plan, and Free Code Camp is all completely free. There's courses there, and they have good fundamental coding lessons. And basically how they teach you with these two websites is that you're coding interactively. You're actually typing out code as you're learning, and I think it's a really good way to learn. You get instant feedback. One of the hardest things about being a beginner when you code is setting up some kind of environment for you to actually code in and run tests. And this does everything for you in the website. So those two resources are really good. Just check them out. And if you want to, and take like some intro to programming courses on these websites, and it's a great place to start. Now, if you prefer, to just watch videos and kind of listen to lectures, go on Pluralsight, go on Udemy, go on Coursera. There's a ton of different websites that focus on video as they try to teach you. And on these websites, guys, there's hundreds of courses. You can find an introductory to a computer science course or introductory programming course that'll kind of teach you these fundamental, lessons. And then you really just want to learn the basics, right? Whether it's whichever resource you want to work with, you just want to learn the basics so that you can actually get comfortable and start coding. And when you're coding, you'll be able to write something. You won't just be completely lost, right? So once you're done, kind of spending some time learning some fundamentals, and you kind of have an understanding of what certain things are, and you're ready to start coding, I would recommend, at this point, you can just start on a side project of yours. Pick something that you find interesting, pick something that you're passionate about, and then kind of come up with an idea and, build a certain side project. This can be like a video game for you, or, if you're into stocks, it can be like a tracker that, tracks stocks and, displays them like some kind of graph. But the important part is you just want to like it. You want to actually be interested in the project you're building so that, you're actually motivated and then you actually finish, right? Not only that, but you want it to make it really simple. Your first project should definitely be something super simple so that you actually finish it, so that you're not too overwhelmed, and so that you're actually coding and you can actually finish it, right? Don't try too much too quick. Start simple and then iterate from there. Another thing to keep in mind is you want it to be useful. You want some people to use it. Maybe it'll solve a problem in your life or in your friend's life. But if you can make it useful as well, that's obviously a plus. And it's just a fun, interesting thing to do. And you'll be able to say, hey, like people use this thing I coded to solve a problem in their life, and it's really awesome. Now, when you're going to be coding, right, it's going to be very natural to get stuck. Especially if you're a complete beginner and you're trying to work on a project, you're gonna get stuck, and you have to be able to know where to go for help. Anyone that codes, they're coding and they're Googling at the same time. Like they're constantly, you'll be looking for something on the internet, and if there's like some kind of error, you can Google it, just copy and paste the error and search it up, and it'll probably take you to a place called Stack Overflow. And what Stack Overflow is a website. It's like a forum kind of where a lot of software engineers, discuss different problems they have and just different things related to tech. And what ends up happening is people, post questions, they post things they're running into, problems they're running into, certain things they're having trouble with, with any language, any tech you can imagine, and people just answer. And that's a great resource. If you have a question or if you're running into some sort of bug, the odds are it's someone's asked a question about that on Stack Overflow already. And so, you can go on there and usually find a solution. It's just a great resource that you guys have to keep in mind. Another great one is Reddit. I run into sometimes, some good solutions, some good conversations on Reddit too. So keep an eye out for that. There's subreddits for like every single language, a ton of different frameworks. Like there's gonna be a group for you based on what technology you're using or what you're trying to learn. So regardless of what you're learning, there's probably going to be a subreddit on Reddit for you to look at for some help. If you guys also want to, talk about coding and, get some help if you ever need any, feel free to join my Discord as well. It's down in the description below. Basically what you want to do is you want to have a way to get help. You want to have a way to get help, and the easiest way is Google and Stack Overflow, right? If you have some kind of in-person, mentor or something, or like just another colleague that you can get help from, that's even better. But usually you'll be learning by yourself. And so these resources online, you should definitely take advantage of them and ask for help, ask for feedback, and also provide help. If anyone asks you for help, try to help them out. And so at this point, if you're like working on side projects, if you know the fundamentals and you're kind of, you spent some time coding, you can kind of start applying to internships or a full-time position, and that's when you're really going to grow as a software developer, right? That's when you're coding all the time, you're learning every day, you're constantly progressing and working on harder things. And so if you guys can find an internship at this point, you'll be able to get a lot more feedback and you'll be able to just progress a lot faster. Now obviously it's a very hard thing to do, right? I'm just saying, like, get an internship. But you're gonna have to work hard, you're gonna have to study and stay disciplined. But if you can try to go to like some networking events, or right now everything's over Zoom, so maybe there's kind of some kind of online place where you can network and kind of meet someone. Maybe that'll increase your chances of getting an internship. But there's a couple of things that you have to consider if at this point you want to start applying for jobs and you want to become a full-time software developer or get an internship. There's a couple of things that I would consider, and that at this point you're going to probably want to set some realistic expectations, and you want to have the proper expectations, right? You want to realize that you're not just going to instantly apply and instantly get accepted and become a software developer, right? It's going to take some time. You're not done. You're not the finished product yet, but you're ready to apply. You're ready to start, get the ball rolling, and that's definitely fine. But you're at the start of your journey. You're going to have to stay very disciplined. You also have to figure out, how much time you have available to actually keep studying, keep progressing until you do actually get that job or whatever your goal is. You're going to have to figure out how much time you can actually dedicate to learning how to code, and get that out of the way. Try to figure that out as soon as possible so you can actually plan and stay accountable. Some things that can help you, if you're at this point trying to, become a full-time developer and keep learning how to code. I mentioned it before, but if you can find some sort of mentor, mentors can give you feedback, they give you plans, of how to succeed. You can learn from their mistakes, and they also kind of help you prioritize different things so that you can actually maximize your learning. The most important thing you can do is develop the best strategy that's right for you and that helps you learn. You want to study, you don't just want to study a lot, right? You want to study well. And if you find what works best for you, you're not going to be cramming and you'll be studying a lot smarter. For myself, taking breaks helps me a lot, every hour, a 15-minute break, something like that helps me not burn out. And if you can just find a balance in the way you work and how to maximize your productivity, that's really all that matters. And I've talked about this a ton of times on my channel, guys. Building projects, project-based learning is a great way to learn how to code. You're going to be applying what you're learning and actually coding, which is the best way to learn, I think. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys have found this video informational. I kind of, made this little guide of what to do if you want to learn how to code online, what resources to visit, some things to keep in mind, and some tips. So I hope this helped you out. Let me know in the comment section below if you think I missed anything, if there's anything you guys want to add. Feel free to comment down below. I look at every comment. As always, guys, if you like the video, leave a like, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's free for you guys. It costs nothing to you. It helps me out so much, and I would really appreciate it. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.